You haven't started it yet?
Camera rolling.
नहीं वो बीच में कुछ अगर मान ले इसमें अच्छा हुआ तो फिर वो उसमें डाल देंगे ना.
And action.
Hey guys, hi. Welcome back to another episode of my podcast, और बता Ishan. This is the 2.0 version of my podcast, which means we are doing it in a better fashion. ये great है, ये grander है. Grander क्यों है? Because we are making content that appeals to you, that resonates with you, and we are making content that matters the most. One thing that matters to all of us is the life of a content creator. हम लोग Instagram पे जो देखते हैं that's a very luxurious lifestyle. तो ऐसी ही एक हमारे पास guest हैं which is the theme of our podcast. ऐसी हमने एक guest को invite किया है. उन्हें मेकअप इंडस्ट्री का शाहरुख खान कहा जाता है. शी इज़ अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर, शी इज़ एन इन्फ्लुएंसर एंड शी इज़ डूइंग अ फैबुलस जॉब. So without further ado, I invite on this podcast Reva. You know her by her Instagram handle makeupbyrevaa, and as she says, wing it. So let's wing it.
Hello.
Hi Reva, how are you?
Hi Ishan. और बताओ.
बताने के लिए तो बहुत कुछ है, कंटेंट ही बनाने आए हैं हम लोग. So I just want to ask you that have you done this ever before? This is your first podcast. क्या है scene?
This is my first.
I really love this. I really appreciate you doing this. How do you feel? Are you excited, nervous, stressed? हो क्या हो?
I'm winging it. Yeah, a little bit nervous, but I'm excited. Yeah.
Awesome. I genuinely wanted to start off with that transitional reel. Honestly, कि हम आए और एकदम से कैसे बदल गया सारा कुछ. Because that's what I feel is the patented version of what all the muas make, right?
I agree.
है ना?
I agree. Yes.
But that is something which is on the basis of how you create content, how you think of all of these things. But we'll deep dive into all of these conversations, of course. But I will start off with this very basic question जो हर किसी को समझ में आता है, जो सुनना चाहते हैं, वो समझना चाहते हैं कि how did you even start your career? क्या ये सोच के रखा था कि भाई मुझे एक मेकअप आर्टिस्ट बनना है, या फिर I will try something which is totally offbeat, and मतलब कैसे, how did you even go about all of this?
So, being very honest, I think I was born to do this. Like, you know how there are those children, stupid बच्चे होते हैं ना जो 6th grade में मेकअप लगा के जाते हैं स्कूल. I was one of them.
And जिन्हें टीचर से बहुत ज़्यादा डांट भी पड़ती है.
बहुत ज़्यादा डांट पड़ती है. And I've always been so obsessed with makeup, and my mom is the complete opposite. So I used to steal her makeup and she would never get to know because she would never use it. And that's how my love for makeup started. I loved, using it on my own and everything. And my aunt is also a makeup artist. So I used to assist her all throughout high school and college. And that's how, I got into the world of fashion. I did a lot of fashion shows and bridal, of course, wedding makeup and everything. And once I graduated, I thought that ab eco honors ki degree ka hum kuch nahi karenge. We have to deep dive into this. Yeah.
Awesome. So the journey started at a very young age.
Very, very young age, yeah.
So you mentioned that you were assisting your aunt. You went into some of the pageants as well. You were doing some shows in your college and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, were you said that you were born to do all of these things. But again, I mean, क्या interest था? How did you even start all of these things? क्या अंदर से क्या आ रहा था कि भाई मुझे यही इसी जगह पे ही जाना है?
I have no idea. There is no particular, moment that I can recall that, oh my God, this is where my love for makeup started. It's just, I have pictures of myself when I was 5 years old, okay? And I'm wearing lipstick in that, which I stole.
So.
Yeah.
I thought so that would come.
Yeah. So I'm like, I cannot recall that moment where I fell in love with makeup. That's why, I said that I think I was born to do this.
And I think on your content as well. So, I mean, you started off at a very young age and then you went on to make, clientele in that space. And it's a very competitive space, I would say.
Very,
and people are starting out at this age, this time.
This time too, yeah.
So, I mean, how and what sets you apart from all of those people, if I were to ask you this question?
I think what sets you apart is yourself. Like, there's nobody else like you. I know it sounds very cliche, and everybody in the artistic field, or they say this, but it's actually very true. I mean, nobody can do what I do. So I know I can't do what
what they do,
XYZ do. So yeah,
तो
I
ऐसा
don't.
कुछ वो नहीं है.
I don't think so. Yeah. Everybody has their own league. Everybody has their own kind of clients. Everybody has their own kind of work that they do. But yeah, I always focus on giving very good experiences to all my clients.
Awesome. That's genuinely awesome. So walk us through a day in Reva's life, because on Instagram it looks really glamorous. It
Really?
looks really luxurious. कि आज हम यहाँ जा रहे हैं, आज हम वहाँ जा रहे हैं. So just walk us through a day of Reva. कैसा है वो दिन?
Okay, I'll tell you what. If it's wedding season, I know that, you'll see my story that, oh my God, Reva is at this fancy hotel today in this location today. But if it's wedding season, Reva is coming back home at 11 p.m. from a makeup, and she has a flight to catch at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Damn.
And Reva has not slept. She's woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning and gone to the airport. So, yeah, it is not glamorous at all. And my kit is like 35 kgs. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Now I have an assistant who, I have a team now who can help me with that. But when I was just starting out, there's a tripod, there's a ring light, there's another stick light, and there's my kit, which is 35 kgs. And I used to carry that everywhere, up flights of stairs as well. And it was not glamorous at all. Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned that it's a very hectic day for you when it's the wedding season.
Yeah.
Apart from that, so a normal day, how would a normal day look like? So I'll also tell you that if you're in a corporate world, if you are doing a certain job,
Yeah.
so you're bound till 9 to 5.
Yeah.
उसके बाद you bitch about your bosses, you
Yeah,
bitch about
yeah.
your work, और फिर उसके बाद let's call it a day. So at what time do you wake up? क्या मतलब वो होता है वो?
I work 24/7, not 9 to 5. I genuinely do work 24/7. And when I'm not working, I'm thinking about work. So basically, I wake up, I do yoga
Oh.
because that's the only, time I can devote to myself. And then I just I get in touch with my team, figure out what's happening, how the booking's coming along, what are the queries we've gotten. And I have a content calendar which I update every single day and keep a track of my, views, engagement, reach, everything, to see what's doing well and what's not performing as well. And get to creating content, speaking with clients for barters, collaborations, whatever, all of that happens. And also just thinking about what next, it's so it is actually a pressure on you that what next? You have to really sit and think about कि अच्छा ठीक है ये हो गया, but oh my God, that XYZ has already done it, right?
And that's their expectation also. Like that's that expectation which you have in your mind, because you have already accomplished a part of your journey or a target that you have set for yourself, and then there's an expectation that अब लोगों को लगता है that you've reached that barometer, you've reached that mark, तो threshold को कैसे cross करना है. So do you also have that expectation?
Yes, definitely. And I have sort of created a niche with my reels. They're very informative and they're very helpful, and genuinely we do hacks and stuff like that. And after one point, I'm just like, how many how-tos, how many hacks that I'm sitting, and, the best way to get out of this sort of lull is engage with your audience. So I always would put up a Q&A that, what are the problems that you're facing, and
generate content from them.
Yeah, and generate content from there, and, get sort of new fresh ideas. So, yeah.
And you also mentioned content calendar, that you maintain a content calendar.
Yeah.
And हर दिन ये post जाएगा जो भी है.
Yeah.
Do you also maintain say wedding calendar? Do you also bribe पंडित्स की ये डेट नहीं निकल रही है तो निकाल दो?
I wish I could do that. But yeah, we do have a bookings calendar, and that I've had for almost 4 years now. So yeah, we maintain that. But now I have somebody on my
team. Your
team.
Instagram also I've seen, I think it looks very structured.
Yeah.
So the left panel, when you see, it's
Yeah.
all your self. Like
Yeah.
it's you
Yeah.
citing some of the new trends,
Yeah.
hacks, whatever. I think that's on you. And the other portion is on your clientele and what's happening, what's not happening. So I think that also sets you apart, because I've also like sort of, seen, researched about them, because I wanted to.
Yeah.
तो वो एक differentiating point of view भी है.
Yeah.
So उस point of view से, that content that you make, so when does it end for you? Like where do you draw the line that, अब नहीं है, now I have to move on to something else?
I don't think I'm gonna draw a line anytime soon, because I've worked really hard to get that grid. And the grid has to be
Yeah.
perfect, until and unless I think of something brilliant, this is gonna stay. Because it's easy also to maintain, right?
Got
like
it.
I've had that going for a long time. Now I know when I wake up, कि अच्छा आज ये post करना है, whatever. But yeah, I feel like now people resonate also with my page when they come to my page and they see कि अच्छा here we have to see the hacks and these are the looks that she's
Is it
done.
why you have your Insta bio says keeping it real?
Keeping it real is because we live in a world full of Photoshop. And I believe in posting videos rather than, posting pictures, because after all, it is makeup,
I'm
right?
posting this.
Yeah, and posting that. But yeah, after all, it is makeup, and makeup can sort of enhance your face, but it can't change it. You can't change, like if you have open pores, you have open pores. You can't airbrush everything away. So yeah, I want to keep it real. That's what keeping it real means, that, I post videos and my audience understands
With that, I think I have a follow-up question, and I think it's not a question, that's just a citation. I think I read it somewhere that makeup is like makeup is something which empowers you.
Yes.
It enhances your not just beauty or overall beauty, it just enhances your confidence, your self-worth, your self-awareness, everything.
For sure.
So I mean, makeup is not just कि ठीक है चलो हमने ये कर लिया या वो कर लिया.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
I mean,
it gives you confidence, same as you, like you would do up your hair and trim your
Yeah,
beard a
that's
certain
true,
way,
yeah.
right? So that gives you confidence. And if on a bad day, like your day is going bad and you go and you get a new haircut or you get your beard trimmed or something like that, you feel like, oh yeah, आज अच्छा लग रहा हूँ.
आज अच्छा लग रहा है. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, so that brings me to a question that says that, we have already discussed this part that, you wanted to do this ever since like you were, growing up, you got in touch
Yeah.
with your aunt as well. And so you were assisting her and everything. So
Yeah.
वो corporate वाला world तो है ही नहीं है. But we in the making or, we while we are doing a job or something, we have managers, we have bosses. ठीक है? They oversee your work. They see that, आप ठीक कर रहे हो या नहीं कर रहे हो, जो भी है. So I believe, and you may correct me, कि वो सही है या नहीं है, that, your clients are your bosses. Is that true?
Yes, sort of true. Yeah,
So
they are.
who exactly is your boss? If
See,
I were to say that.
I would like to say I'm my own boss.
As cliche as it would be.
As cliche as it gets. But yeah, the testimonials that you get from your clients are really, really important, right? I wouldn't say that clients are your boss, but yeah, the testimonials, their experiences are really important to how you function as a business. See, when you work with so many different kind of people, you cannot possibly please everybody to 1,000%, right? So many times, even as I was starting out, there have been some not so good experiences from both sides, and I've learned to deal with it, because it's not a reflection on me. It's not a reflection on me. Sometimes the wavelength does not match. Maybe they were expecting something else and I delivered something else. But it doesn't mean that I was bad or that, they were wrong. It's just that we were on two different wavelengths.
That's
But yeah, I'm my
genuinely,
own boss. Yeah.
That's genuinely a good answer, I think. And that covered two aspects. One, I'll come to it, and that is, you mentioned that when you run your own business, you have to make certain calls for yourself. Like, you have to draw that line, because the negative feedback or anything, that gets to you.
Yeah.
Right. So this brings me to another question which says that, do you consider yourself as an entrepreneur now? Or you just associate yourself to be just a content creator or just a mua or what?
Content creation is a part of my entrepreneurship journey, right? It gives me a wider audience, an audience that would ideally then, get in touch with me for work. But being a makeup artist is my primary sort of, job. So I am an entrepreneur, and content creation is a part of it. And vis-a-vis being a content creator is also, I think, being an entrepreneur.
Right now, I think in today's world.
Yeah, everything is very systematic now. So, yeah.
You also mentioned that, there are challenges when you are on your entrepreneurial journey. What were the challenges that you faced in your entrepreneurial journey when you started out?
First, though, I was not, my mother was not convinced only. First, though, she was like, "Hey, are you serious? Like, are you sure? World Bank, dekh le. You have an econ degree." And I was like, no, I want to do this. And I interned at EY.
Oh.
And I was like, this is not happening. It can't, And I told my mom, and she was obviously against it. I was like, give me 1 year. All right. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, then I'll,
probably do something else.
Yeah. No, I'll either work in the same field, like econ wise, or, study further or do something like that. But yeah, that 1 year I worked really, really hard. And it paid off. But yeah, that's been one major
challenge.
To
convince your mom.
To convince my mom, yeah.
I was going to ask that question, that did you have that support from your family that chalo, koi baat nahi, jao, karo?
After I said कि हाँ मुझे 1 साल दे दो, then after that they were very supportive. They were like, okay, you have to do it, then you do it properly. In fact, my mom gave me, money that, okay, fine, go buy makeup. And I'm sure at that point she must have thought that इतना पैसा makeup पे क्यों लगा रही है ये, and all of that. But it paid off in the end.
That's true, I think, and everybody, and I think your work is a testimonial of that.
Yeah.
And it's seen all across. This also, now I'm to speak to you on some other aspect of, say, content creation only. We've spoken on the fact that, you have your content calendar, you have people around you who tell you that these are the hacks and stuff. Ab next, kya hai isme?
Oh, अब next क्या है?
Like, what is the future? Because I think एक जगह पे कभी ना कभी stagnancy आ जाती है या कुछ ना कुछ होता है ऐसा. So क्या है अब next, क्या है future, क्या है?
फ्यूचर क्या है ये इंस्टाग्राम ही बताएगा.
अच्छा, वो एल्गोरिदम बताएगा.
वो एल्गोरिदम बताएगा. But yeah, you were mentioning about transition reels, and I just think transition reels need to get over. They need to get over. And I think it's been like months since I posted a transition reel. I was one of the first people to do so. When lockdown had started, we were all very into that and everything. But now they need to get over. Yeah, that's enough.
I know.
But what's next is, I think people are genuinely moving towards, more informational content.
Okay.
Like anything that provides you with a piece of information, a small piece of information, because you're mindlessly scrolling on Instagram now, right?
True.
And also like shorter videos. Videos are definitely the future. The future is reels, right? But shorter content.
All right. So what's next for you? So you have set yourself for, on Instagram or other social platforms, but are you going to explore, say, YouTube, or are you going to, start your own makeup tutorial or something like a course?
So as far as the course goes, I don't think now is the right time for me to do that. And YouTube, I tried, failed. I don't want to do it again. Too much effort, yeah. Huh. Either I can do clients. Yeah, you know that. So either I can do makeup or I can do YouTube, right?
Okay.
But yeah, I am going to focus more on, informative videos and everything. So now we're collaborating heavily with Nykaa Pro and, getting all of that. And soon, maybe in the next 3-5 years, we'll have a makeupbyrevaa line or something like that. Product line, yeah.
Watch out for that, huh?
You
Watch out,
heard-
Kylie. Watch out.
You heard it here first.
It's going to be made in India. Now this segment, or the kind of questions I want to ask you, is my personal favorite.
Okay.
ठीक है? This deals with your personal growth, your self-awareness, the overall development. So when you start out, and this is actually the case in point and scenario with a lot of creators. When they started out, they were very confused. They were very confused. Secondly, they were really anxious. Because they have already seen those creators जिनके millions से ज़्यादा views हैं, expectations हैं वो सारी की सारी. So did you also like have those bouts of self-confidence या फिर self-doubt when you were just starting out?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it comes with the territory because you are putting yourself out there in front of a lot of people who are gonna judge you no matter what. Even if you're doing things right according to yourself, it may be wrong according to them. So that's always been there, and I was really anxious. Like you said, I was really, really anxious in the beginning. I was like, what if people make fun of me? Like, why is she doing this? She's a makeup artist. She shouldn't do this. Why is she behaving like a content creator and all of that? But after I did it for a while, and I meet so many people every day because of my work. So all my clients were like, I love your reels. I love them. They're so informative. And, you should post more and everything. And that validation is needed, because you are creating for the people.
True.
And when the people validate you, it feels good. You are putting that time, effort, money, and everything into it. So when that validation comes in, it's worth the effort, and it's worth that anxiousness. Now I'm not anxious at all. Now I'm
It was
like,
only when you had just begun your journey.
when I had just like my first few videos, and then I was just like,
Fuck it.
yeah.
Fuck it and wing it.
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
going to learn this word from you now.
yeah,
Wing it.
wing it, wing it, life, eyeliner, everything.
Nice. That's genuinely nice. And I think you also mentioned a very valid point that, validation milna is very important.
Yes.
How important do you think, is it the sole criteria? Like one should only look at the validation या फिर मतलब mindlessly बनाते रहो?
No. As a content creator, you have to understand that you are making content for the people. If it's not resonating with people, then maybe it's not the right path. But if you genuinely feel that, okay, this content needs to be out there, sooner or later it will get the validation it deserves, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But always, you need to keep a track of what's doing well and what's not doing well. If it's not doing well, maybe it's just not resonating with your people, or maybe you're not doing it the right way.
And how well do you take feedbacks?
Feedback. I love feedbacks. Because my work is so client oriented that whether it's content creation or it's makeup, feedback is really important. It's what makes you a better person, and I feel like you should always take feedback into consideration. Of course, there are people who will give you feedback in a
Shrewd manner.
not so nice way, but you have to understand what their point is and not take it to heart.
Yeah, and this is what I was coming to. Like, people, take all of that and they just, revolve their content, their mind, everything, their actions also around those 5 to 6 feedbacks that they have heard from people.
Yeah.
So in your journey till now, have you ever encountered any such incident where, you've said that, यार नहीं, मुझे उसके लिए ऐसा करना था या मुझे वैसे करना था, and then you said, यार, just fuck it, मेरे को बस करना है तो करना है?
Yeah,
ऐसा कोई
I
incident?
mean, there have been, feedbacks from people, कि, oh, no, you
And when you say
shouldn't.
people, I mean, are they your close friends, or are they your clients, or are they your family members, or what?
See, my family is so like super supportive, okay? My clients have always been very, very sweet to me. It's just random people will say, or somebody in the industry will only say that, why are you doing this? And all. I'm like, I want to do it, and I'm getting like, my clients are liking it, people on Instagram are liking it, brands are liking it, that's why they want to connect with us. So why not, So yeah, I don't take feedback very, very seriously, but I do take it into consideration. Because you have to. Sometimes people are actually genuinely trying to help you.
So this is totally off topic and we'll come back to this थोड़ा सा ऐसे mellow down करने के लिए because this is like the heavy part of our conversation.
ठीक है.
So I have loved going to weddings.
Oh wow.
ठीक है.
Okay.
मुझे पता नहीं क्यों बहुत ही ज़्यादा fascinating लगता है वो सारा aura.
Yeah.
That environment is genuinely
Yeah.
so like I don't know if so affectionate. I would say
Yeah.
like people are just randomly coming to you. They're just happy. It's such a good vibe.
Yeah.
है ना? तो क्या आपके पूरे इस जर्नी में like have people called you to their wedding and you've said like यार जाना पड़ेगा types?
Yeah.
Or do you look forward to those
Yeah,
events?
of course. People have, whenever we're doing destination weddings, so people are always very kind and they're like, come enjoy with us and all of that. I rarely ever do attend though because, you're so tired after destination weddings are like 2 functions in a day and it's very, very, very tiring. But yeah, people have invited me. I've gone for a couple. It's always fun.
And when you're like at the when you're having your snacks, when you're having your drinks, someone comes up and says, "यार क्या bride लग रही है? क्या makeup है?" Do you like silently feel proud?
Silently, I very, very loudly feel proud.
And you blatantly like tell her, "भाई साहब मैं हूँ."
Yeah.
भाई साहब.
There was a bride who said that, when you apply my lipstick, it never rubs off. And I use the same lipstick, but it rubs off when I apply. I was like, मैंने करा है. How can
ये
it
हमारा
be?
talent
This
है.
is my talent, yeah.
Genuine. I mean, this is really important also. I mean, to have that connect, to network, and I think probably from there also you receive your feedback.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how do you react to the opposite one? Like when the feedback is like, nah.
Rarely the feedback has, touch wood, rarely the feedback has been, but
Because I think, sorry, I'm cutting you in
Yeah.
between, but I feel that wedding is an event where thousands, 500 people will just stare at you and look at
Yes.
you. They will make all possible situations, scenarios in their heads to just
Yeah.
tear your entire function apart.
yes.
Be it food, be it your clothes, be it your dress
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
तो उस बीच में I mean you have to take your ground as well कि भाई ठीक है सबको तो खुश नहीं कर सकते हैं types.
Yeah, but see, I always build a rapport with my client. If it's the bride, especially, we always have mood boards that are going back and forth.
Sorry, what's that?
Mood boards are how in photo shoots, so whenever you're doing a photo shoot, there's a mood board that's made. So you have the picture of the outfit, you have a picture of the jewelry.
Okay.
It's like a PPT.
Okay.
You have a picture,
Got
and
it,
then
got it,
you.
got it. Like a sketch.
Yeah, like a sketch, and you sort of put pictures of the kind of makeup, the vibe that you're going for.
Okay.
And
I got
the
it.
hair. So that's what a mood board is. So there are a lot of mood boards that are going back and forth between the client and me, and we're always I make sure that at least we're on the same page before I meet her for the first time, right? And if the bride on the day of the wedding says, okay, you know what, Reva, maybe this is not working for me, I'll obviously try to convince her because I believe in my vision. And but makeup is very, very, very personal, right? If
True,
you're not
yeah.
somebody who wears like very dark lipsticks and I put a dark lipstick on you, you will feel awkward, and you for the first 10-15 minutes you will be like, nahi, this is not me, So you have to listen to the client vis-a-vis the family members, the saheliyan that come.
ओहो तो जीजू भी आए हैं.
Yeah, everybody's opinions are always there, but I sort of always take the client away and ask them that what is it that you want. If you genuinely feel like, okay, these people are right, then I will fix it or I will change it, but you have to be comfortable in it, not them.
So sort of societal pressure की वजह से अपने आप को like वो नहीं करो यार.
वो मत करो, yeah.
And that is also my question here, that society expects you to be in a position or in a place wherein you are doing something which is not offbeat. How many times have the societal pressure come on you that maybe I have to push my limits, or during your early stage of starting up,
I was just gonna
I have to really buck up and I have to do this, I have to do that, so that people recognize, they know my worth, they know my worth. So मतलब वो कैसा pressure कैसा है societal का?
That is always there. You know, when I was in college, I used to meet people and I used to say, okay, you know what, I'm doing economics honors from Delhi University, and they would be like, wow, you know, you have a you have
Hey,
a
corporate world.
you have a great path ahead of you, and this, that, blah, 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 blah. Cut to my last semester in college when I used to meet people. I was like, you know, I don't think I'm going to do this and I'm going to become a makeup artist. And I say, oh, are you sure? अच्छा वैसे काफ़ी बच्चे कर रहे हैं, तुम भी कर लो. And
Like it's not like it's a good to have profession and not like a need to have like a thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. People think that doing makeup.
It's like a hobby.
Yeah,
कर लो.
exactly. कि
Weekends
कर
पे रख
लो,
लेना.
देख लो. Anyway, with like the sexism in our society, people think that girls don't need to, you know, actually work. It's true, you know, maybe not in every family.
Yeah, no, I totally get
but
it.
it's true. There isn't that sort of pressure on women to work and like be bread earners and like, you know, get
Run the family.
Yeah, there isn't that sort of pressure. So people, when they hear कि अच्छा आप मेकअप आर्टिस्ट हो, ठीक है, हॉबी फॉलो कर रही है, बहुत अच्छा है, and all of that. But it takes genuine hard work to actually make a successful business out of your hobby, as you would say. But yeah, societal pressure is crazy.
And we've seen this on YouTube, on so many, you know, videos that people, they just, you know, blatantly say that, you know, you need to have that passion for work.
Yeah.
You know, when you wake up, you need to be very motivated. You need to be very, you know, yeah, आज मैं जीत जाऊंगा पूरी दुनिया, ये वो फलाना फलाना, and they just blare all these messages ऐसे ऐसे आपके ऊपर.
Yeah.
ठीक है, you're following your passion, you're
Yeah.
following your hobbies, but
Yeah.
there comes a time when you are also, you know, stressed with your emotions. You're,
Yeah.
you know, in a way, you know, deluded in a place where you just want to be silent. You always want to be with yourselves. You want to surround with your people.
Yeah.
तो जितना हमें अच्छा लगता है वो सारा कुछ है, और जो हम देखते हैं सारा कुछ, मतलब that's separate. But how do you deal with all of those emotions?
How do I deal with like when I want to get my own space?
Yes, you want to get your own space, or you're not feeling that ठीक है आज काम नहीं करना है, का दिल नहीं है, whatever. Like, do you also take your time off?
Yes, so now I have started. I had a very unhealthy habit of taking a lot of pressure on me because COVID, right? So weddings, they were still on. I wouldn't say that I was still doing destination weddings in like June 2020.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that was when like COVID had just come.
हाँ,
And I wouldn't say that weddings were completely off, but yeah, work was less, especially first wave, second wave. Obviously, there were no weddings and everything. So I thought, you know, I can't just, I have to post something on Instagram, you know, I have to be active. I still have to, you know, I have to have that brand recall with clients, prospective clients, and all of that. And I used to take a lot of pressure. So every day or like every second day, there would be a video that's going out, and I'm recording all the time, and I'm always on my phone and you know, stressing about, okay, today this has to be posted, why hasn't this been posted, I haven't done the caption yet, this, that, blah, 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 all of that stuff. And it paid off, right? That anxiety and that hard work and everything, it paid off. But it was very, very unhealthy. It was very unhealthy to a point where I was like, no, you know, okay, I had some milestones set for this month, for this year. I have reached them, and now I think I'm allowed to take a break. And it was my family also, my close friends. They were like, you need to relax. If you don't post, and it sounds so superficial when I say this, that if you don't post, your life won't end. But actually, you know, when you're getting that sort of validation and that engagement, and when you see those numbers, your followers are increasing by like thousands like this, you know, when you see that, it's a high. Like, it is, you know.
Yeah, that's a dopamine rush that you get.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to let that go at any cost. We actually think कि अगर हम 2 दिन post नहीं करेंगे, तो it's just going to be the end of the world, right? But I'm much more calm now, and I realize, okay, if I haven't posted 3 days, it's fine. My audience is not going anywhere. We will steadily grow.
So you've built that community for yourself, wherein if you are not posting for say 3 days, 4 days straight, so they also kind of get to know that, you know, you're taking your time off or something.
Yeah. I do feel guilty about it, but
this is something which you're working on.
Yeah.
And mental health, I genuinely advocate on this subject because I've also had my fair bit of those inclinations towards mental health की क्या importance है और
Yeah.
क्या क्या है सारा कुछ. So what according to you is like, what according to you, A, your say on mental health, and B, mental health for especially like content creators and the makeup artists.
My say on mental health, your mental health is far more greater than anything else in this world, whether it's your work, whether it's anything else. Of course, when you don't have money, your mental health goes for a toss. It comes hand in hand, but you also need to sort of, try and get out of it that, okay, abhi nahi hai, aa jayenge, pehle bhi the, फिर से आ जाएंगे, so your mental health, you always have to prioritize over everything else, whether it's your family, your work, or whatever. And B was, I forgot.
B was that how do you feel that mental health is more important for the content creators and the makeup artists? Why is it even more important for them?
It's more important because a lot of your dopamine rush comes from other people's validations. And when that validation sort of is not coming in, you will obviously feel a lull, right? So it's very important to just, okay, this is my brand and this is me. Okay, so my brand is not doing well, but I still can. I can still...
And if you're doing well, then your brand will automatically get stronger and better.
Sometimes you take a lot of pressure on yourself and it reflects on your work, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people just post anything कि हम viral हो जाएंगे. And that comes from, it stems from that, lull only, that I'm not getting enough validation.
That काफी दिमाग में content creators आ गए एकदम से for that.
Yeah.
But I'll just ask quickly the last two questions. One is that, people, the students sort of like who are starting out in their career in makeup industry, this entire practice, what's your advice to them?
My advice is just be true to yourself. This is very cliche, but if you're not true to yourself, आप कितना time pretend कर लोगे? If you are choosing this as your profession for the long term, then you have to be yourself. Don't try to copy. Try to find your own, niche. Try to find your own vibe and everything, and just keep working. Every day you should wait. That's what I used to do. Every day I used to wake up, find one of my friends or call a model or somebody and just practice.
Okay.
Right? The more faces that you work on, the better you'll get. You should at least work on 300 faces before you actually start out and say, okay, now I'm a professional makeup artist.
So that's the longevity part of it, that you have to like sort of do your work.
Yeah.
And the second one is that when clients see you, they see your profile, what exactly is the customer psyche that needs to be there when they're choosing a makeup artist?
First of all, I feel like you should always get on a call with your makeup artist. If you vibe with them, it's the most important day of your life. If you vibe with them, then obviously the process is going to be much, much smoother. You don't want somebody who's on a completely different level than you on the most, important day of your life when you're already feeling so anxious. So you don't want that. And you should check out their page, see what work they're doing, look out for videos, keeping it real, look out for videos instead of posts. And just meet them once if you can and get a mood board out so that you're on the same page on the day.
And should they also sort of look at only your profile to judge you, or make a decision that हमें इसी के साथ जाना है या किसी और के साथ जाना है?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is a great way to look at somebody's portfolio, but it's always better to see their work in person. So maybe book a trial or get ready from them for any of your smaller events or something like that to just get a hang of it, like, what's going to happen.
Cool. I think I have the amazing time speaking to you. I have delved in your life virtually, thinking that ye cheezein hai. And I have learned so much, and I hope that the listeners, the viewers who are seeing this, listening to this, will get a sense of what content creation means, what the life of a makeup artist is all about. And thank you so much for giving your time. I hope you also enjoyed.
Yes, I did. It was so much fun, and I'm doing this for the first time. And you really made me feel very comfortable.
Oh, thanks.
So, yeah.
But the truth is that I'm also very anxious.
So that's why we match, no?
Yeah, that's the point here.
Yeah.
So I think lastly, I think if you haven't really subscribed to my channel, then please do. We'll be coming out with amazing videos, amazing content. So please keep us with us, and let's grow together. Thank you for watching this.